It's that time of the year again. Every October, people's love for horror films become part of the zeitgeist, which ultimately leads to the question, any good recommendations for the Halloween season? If you're looking for something from the horror genre to watch, you should check out the credentials of Patty Duke. That's right, Patty Duke. About a year ago, I made a video for the Patty Duke film Me, Natalie, and in that video, I discussed Patty Duke's career in length. For those of you who didn't see that video, here's like a 10-second rundown. She was the youngest person at the time to win a competitive Oscar. She's the youngest person to have a TV show named after them. She had a music career. This movie happened. Throughout her career, she's won a bunch of awards, and she's Sean Astin's mom. But one thing I failed to mention in that video is Patty Duke's work in the genre of horror. For example, did you know she played Rosemary in the sequel to Rosemary's Baby? I would love to discuss everything from the Patty Duke catalog that fits this discussion, but for the sake of time, let me just say there's something for everyone. If you're into the horror anthology series, Patty's done a few of those. Most notably, Rod Serling's post-Twilight Zone series, Night Gallery. Patty stars in a segment written by Serling titled The Diary, where a gossip columnist's life is turned upside down when she receives a diary that predicts the future.
Can't you understand now why it's blank? Last entry. The page is blank because I won't be alive to write in it.
And for something a little more camp, Patty delivers. Curse of the Black Widow is definitely worth checking out, and so is her contribution to the Amityville series. One thing I admire most about Patty Duke is she's one of those rare actors who, regardless of the quality of the production, she gives it her all, even if her antagonist is a lamp.
Nancy, don't hurt me. I love you.
No! You're not Frank!
But if you just watch one film from her library of macabre, I suggest the 1972 film, You'll Like My Mother. A thriller, according to the film's poster, this film is definitely a chiller. Patty Duke plays Francesca, a very pregnant woman who's recently lost her husband and has traveled to Minnesota to meet her mother-in-law, who lives in a giant mansion in the middle of nowhere. The only thing colder than the weather is her mother-in-law's interaction with her.
I had no wish to share my grief with you then. I have no wish to share it now.
Car trouble and an impending snowstorm prevent Francesca from leaving. Now forced to ride the storm out inside the mansion, it starts to become apparent that her mother-in-law might not have any plans to let her leave.
No! Mrs. Gonzalez, please don't lock me in here!
The film has some solid twists and definitely succeeds in leaving the viewer with a feeling of uneasiness. And as usual, Patty Duke acts the hell out of this film. Plus, the mansion used in the film gives the perfect atmosphere for the story being told. To make things more unsettling, a few years after this film came out, the mansion used in the film actually became the real-life scene of the infamous Glenshee Mansion murders. The case is quite twisty, and the story continued for decades after the initial murder. So I encourage you to look into this story, but back to the subject at hand. One thing I personally find interesting is the same year Patty Duke made You'll Like My Mother, she also starred in a TV movie called She Waits. The two films are very similar, right down to taking place in her mother-in-law's big creepy house. But where You'll Like My Mother is ingrained in reality, She Waits dives into the realms of the supernatural. If you'd like to know more about this film, along with my thoughts on it, please check out my written review of it on my Facebook page. I'll leave a link to my page in the description. So there you have it. When looking for some media to feed your Halloween cravings this year, I hope you check out all the great selections from Patty Duke's career. Even with an Oscar at 16, I feel that Patty Duke has been underrated. And I'm really glad that it's not just me who thinks this. And I personally will always take the opportunity to show what Patty Duke has to offer. So yeah, I guess I'll see you around Christmas time.
I put Santa's cookies on a plate in the kitchen. His milk is poured. It's in the refrigerator.
And if you haven't already, be sure to like this video, subscribe, hit that bell, and as always, until next time. If you liked this video and want to see more, check out this video of mine.